Hey Frank, it's Bobbie, and this is the video that I promised you. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to build your online presence so that when people are searching your services, they find you, and then it's in turn bringing in more clients. So the first thing I did is I went to your Google Business things. So you do have 58 Google reviews, and that's one thing that does build it up. But one thing I did notice is that there's not a whole lot of content. So content is whenever you do posting. So one thing that I would recommend is to post regularly because Google does look at that content, but not just content alone. Google likes to see keyword rich content. So that is something that I can help you with. Another thing is I noticed that you do have a Facebook page. And I remember you mentioning something about an address being wrong. So I noticed on your Google business profile, the address is right, but on this Facebook profile, it's the old address. I believe that's the old address. I'm not sure if you have access to this or not, but if you do, that's something that you might want to change. If you don't have access to it, then I guess you need to figure out who has access to it and ask them to change it or see if they can give you access to it. So the next thing I did is I went to Google. So as you see right here, I went to Google and I typed in Tire Shop Fort Worth so I could see who's the top competition right here. And so just so I can see who's ranking, who's getting the clients, and to figure out if you are, and to just give you tips on how to do that. So this first section right here, it's the Google Map Pack or the Google Business Profile. You get right here first and foremost based on content. So as I mentioned, it's not just content alone. Google lists you here whenever you have the keywords that people are searching for on your Google business profile. Google finds you there by the amount of directories you're in. We call directories in the marketing world citations. So Google, you get your popularity by being in citations throughout the internet. But it can't just be citations alone. It has to be citations that are based on your industry. So it wouldn't be a good idea to be in a directory that's about food because that's gonna hurt your business instead of help it out. You would have to be in directories that are based on cars, mechanics, tires, stuff like that. That will build your online presence, and then Google will in turn search your Google business profile, see what keywords you have on there, and list you for those particular keywords. So what I do is I go to these top 3 businesses right here. I see what directories they're listed in, and then I'll go ahead and list you in them. So I went to one of these tools that I use so I can figure out how many directories are listed in, and it's telling me that you do have 5 directories or citations that you're listed in. So what I do is I go to those top competitors, I look up to see what directories they're in, and then I'll get the strongest directories and I'll list you in there. So the next thing that we are looking at is whenever I scroll down here a little bit, this section right here that's under the map pack, it's called the organic section. So I think it's about 40% of people, 40% of the clicks, they're gonna go to Google Business Profile, but the majority of them, they always go to the organic section. The way you get on here first and foremost is by the amount of content you have. Google, this is whenever you have a website. If you do not have a website, then you cannot be listed here. So that's another thing that I recommend is for us to build you a website, but not just any website. It has to be keyword rich, a keyword rich website. Google likes the first page on websites to have at least 1,000 to 1,500 words of content that they can read through, and that way they know what to list you for. I wanted to figure out what other things are going on, why Fort Worth Tire and Service is #1 right here. And so what I did is I went to their page, and I have this word counter that I use, and it shows me that On their homepage, they have 390 words of content. So that's going to be easy to beat, even if we just use 1,000 words of keyword rich content on your homepage. It's not just content alone that brings you up here. Google won't even see your website if you don't have authority or popularity. So the way you get that is by backlinks. So backlinks is basically when another website points back to you, giving you authority and popularity in Google's eyes. So I have this other tool that I use. I typed Fort Worth Tire and Service website into this tool so I can figure out what they have going on. So if you see right here, my tool is showing me that this business has 24 backlinks pointing to their website. In turn, it's showing that they have 296 organic keywords. So these organic keywords are exactly what people search on the Google search engine. And in turn, it's bringing them 397 visits of traffic on a monthly basis. What would you do if you even had a fraction of that? How much would that help your business out? So I was also curious. I wanted to see what organic keywords they're being listed for. So I clicked right there, and this is where the magic happened. So you see right here, Auto Service Fort Worth. My tool is telling me that that word alone, this keyword, is searched 3,700 times on a monthly basis. This traffic is in the 27th, or this business is in the 27th position, and it's bringing them 3 visits of traffic a month. So imagine if you were higher than the 27th position. I'm surprised they're even getting any traffic from that, because this is the 3rd page. Imagine if you were on the 1st page, how much traffic could that bring you? Scrolling down, Fort Worth Auto Garage, it searched 600 times every single month. This one is particularly for you. Tire Shop Fort Worth, it searched 350 times per month. If you check this out right here, they're on the 2nd position in Google whenever you type that up, and it's bringing them 122 visits of traffic every month. So that would definitely boost up your customers, your clientele with that. So, Frank, those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk to you about. Keywords, which is keyword rich content, citation, and backlinks. Those are the things that we need to do to boost up your online website, or to boost up your online presence and bring you in more clients. So I hope this helps a bit. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you, and let me know what you think.